Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we're going to look at the second-year man, Sam Darnold, and the New York Jets as they match up with the second-year man, Lamar Jackson, and the Baltimore Ravens. With that, let's get up to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. There to call all the action, we welcome in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, they love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the inner harbor of Baltimore. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the New York Jets. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And as we look at this matchup, every time there's something different to focus on. So I'll just ask you, what do you see here in this one?
Well, Rembrandt, you've given me a pretty blank canvas to focus on, haven't you? Yeah. Where do you think I'm going to go with this?
Oh, secondary?
You know me well, right? In a game like this, it's always about the secondary. Can they handle the passing attack and make a few plays?
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Jets work their way onto the field, led by the number 3 overall pick in 2018. Sam Darnold, and during the offseason, Darnold was asked where he was looking to improve. He told everybody being more comfortable in the pocket. You look back to the numbers from his rookie campaign, 17 touchdowns and 13 starts. So just imagine what a relaxed and more experienced Darnold might be able to accomplish with a stronger set of receivers now here in 2019.
Hey, look outside. Hey, we're right at the 48 right now. Let's go. What we got?
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. The offensive starters now for the Jets.
And with all the moves the New York Jets made in the offseason, one of the more valuable pickups, Kelechi Osemele, a 2-time Pro Bowl guard who they got from the Raiders in a trade back in March. You know the Jets are going to try and run the football with Le'Veon Bell now. Osemele is one of the best moving guards in the NFL.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Bell. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold, and that will be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Cyrus Jones back to return for the Ravens. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is brought in at the 21. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Lamar Jackson bringing out the Baltimore Ravens off of a big win last weekend against San Francisco. You think back to when Jackson took over the starting spot towards the end of last year, Charles. He's 16-3 as Baltimore starter. Not a great day throwing the football last weekend against San Fran because of the weather, but he was really good running it.
He certainly was. 101 yards and a touchdown, and really had all eyes on him the entire game. And despite that, still ran for over 100 yards. He is absolutely incredible. He's up to 977 yards rushing for the year. So that moved him past Bobby Douglas for 2nd most in a season by a quarterback. And he's closing in on the record holder, Michael Vick, 1,039 yards. I think by projections, he's supposed to get over 1,200 yards before the year is out. What a season for Lamar Jackson. and they're headed towards another divisional crown, one that they won last year.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore in the middle of last year, led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter, and with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. And quickly the starting 11 now for the New York defense.
One of the best young safeties in the NFL, Jamal Adams. Keep an eye out for him because no one is safe when he's on the field, including mascots. Just ask Pat the Patriot. Jamal Adams was also the 2019 Pro Bowl Defensive MVP.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Check. Lucky.
From the gun, Jackson. He'll buy some time right. He can run for it, and he will. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 29-yard line.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Check, Mike, 54. Cut. Check 50.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, it's Jackson. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Touchdown, Ravens! Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Football going back to the Jets. Charles, this is a New York Jets team that, gosh, just last week they were saying, oh, maybe we'll make a playoff push. They had won 3 straight. Sam Darnold was back, but now the 22-6 loss to the previously winless Cincinnati Bengals, that puts them at 4-8, and the playoff hopes are over.
Yeah, they certainly are, and I know that they were talking about making that playoff push. I'm not sure how many of us in the outside world thought it could happen, but that win a week ago over Oakland, 34-3 at home, made us think possibly, maybe, and then they came back to earth. Andy Dalton reinstalled as the starting quarterback at Cincinnati, and the Bengals jumped them. Next week, the Jets are home against Miami. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Outside.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. First down now, but that clock rolling.
41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike.
A first down throw, Darnold. They'll roll him out right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Darnold trying to hustle everybody along with the clock moving. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Darnold, it's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 43. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. First down, it's Darnold. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now a draw play. This is Bell. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Mike 48. We own them. We own them. Check.
On first down, Darnold. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Now after the made field goal, Catanzaro to boot this one away on the kickoff. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you got to expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 10. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And an alley to run. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
It's been a long day for you.
From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the hood up.
Jackson going to get this out to Brown. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
Stay with your man.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Here goes Hut. 48 to Mike. Hey, come on, Hey, Hut.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. He's going to have the first down past the 20 as he'll take this up to the 22-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. He was the leading receiver for the Jets the season ago. Robbie Anderson, 50 catches, over 750 yards, and getting more and more comfortable with Sam Darnold. Now a year plus under their belts collectively. You'd figure that those numbers for Anderson might be trending further north. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Darnold from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now following the sack. They'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Rolling to his right. He's going to take off. And Darnold, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Jackson to throw again. Looking sideline, incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Darnold and the Jets now, trailing 10-3, 2:07 remaining. They'll have one play, maybe two, before the 2-minute warning as they've got a 1st down. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Anunwa's got it, complete. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's a noon one. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. First down now, but that clock rolling.
48 for Mike.
Back to throw. Flushed out right. And he's taken down inside the 30. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Darnold trying to hustle everybody along with the clock moving. Back to throw. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Here's Chandler Catanzaro for the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Throwing now is Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On second down, it's Ingram, and he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over, except for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They run with Bell on first down as he'll get forward for about 5 yards. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep.
Again, it's Bell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. Darnold, his first throw in overtime. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And the lane closes quickly for Bell, and he did not make it. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. And the Ravens taking the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. Now another timeout called offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, they'll run with Ingram. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. Now what can Jackson do here in overtime? Roberts has it. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. So the OT clock hit 0, and we're still not done. We'll switch sides and need at least one more OT to decide it after this. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Overtime with 2 minutes to play. We are in sudden death, but still all tied up. They go play action now. Jackson. And that is incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. New York set to take the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Now Darnold with his first throw of OT. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw is Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. By the end of last year, Herndon had solidified himself as the primary tight end for New York. Overall, 2nd leading receiver in 2018 on the team behind Robbie Anderson. In fact, his 39 catches, most among rookie tight ends in the league a season ago.
Yeah, you go outside. Hey, no, switch the mic right here. We go mic 40, mic 40. Check tight, check tight. Check tight, check tight.
Now a first down carry by Bell. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
We go outside. Mic 41. Check back, check back. 41's the mic. 41.
They'll go again with Bell. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Your trip is here, baby. Your trip is here. We go outside. Check back 40. Target, 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 target. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
On third down, here's Bell. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first.
Go, go.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So now it all comes down to Chandler Catanzaro. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And they will take the lead at 13-10. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left.
Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.